Delightful Dolls here. Today I'm doing a video on how I film and edit my videos. And this was requested in the comments down below by Doll Queen. Thank you so much for commenting, and hopefully this video helps you out with how I make my doll videos and how you could edit yours. So for backgrounds, I have one on the bottom and one on the wall. And they're really big, and eventually they do get beat up, but they're super cheap. You can get them from the dollar store for a very small price, and they come in really handy, and I usually use these for backgrounds. You can also get different colors. And for smaller backgrounds, sometimes I like taking just a normal piece of paper and just doing some designs with them with some markers, and it's super easy and fun. You could also do the polka dots or the same designs on a big piece of paper, like the poster board. Sometimes I also set up two poster boards that are green screens, and I use the app Do Ink Green Screening for my How I Green Screen. For lighting, you can use pretty much any light that doesn't create too much of a shadow. As you can see, this one is just a nice, kind of soft light. The one I'm using right now is like an LED light, and it's just kind of over my desk, and it works really well. But any light that is a nice, not too bright, but still bright enough to make the perfect lighting. But you can pretty much use any light as long as it doesn't really make a shadow. Now for filming, I'm not using anything professional. All I use is this iPad mini, and it actually works fine for me, and surprisingly is pretty good quality. And for standing it up, I take this little flap case it comes in. It can kind of bend up, and then it can be a little holder, as you can see here. And sometimes it's hard to get the right angle. Like if I want it to be higher up, I don't really have anything. So that is why I invented this weird thing. I don't know if any other YouTuber has ever invented anything like it, but I just use it to put my iPad in different angles. You can put it underneath so it's a little higher up, at an angle. Also, one of the most places I put it is in between my iPad and the little case here, as you can see, and it makes it go higher up. And I don't know why, but it comes in really handy, especially if you have a case like this. So yeah, I think it's a really handy thing to have. To make this little contraption, all you'll need is 4 popsicle sticks and some sticky things that usually come with the popsicle sticks, or you could just use hot glue. And you just want to take the sticky things or hot glue, and if you're using the sticky things or even hot glue, just put one on each end and one in the middle, and then put all the other ones together. And that's how to simply make this weird thing. Now, when I want it to be higher up for my filming, I just stack up boxes and then put my iPad on it to make it from a higher angle. Again, nothing professional, but it works really well, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have anything professional. Now for photos, I use this iPhone X, and it has really good quality, and it's perfect for photos. So that is where I do all my photos, and that's why you might see some nice quality photos under some of my videos. And as you can see here, it takes a really nice quality photo, and then you can just edit it, and then I like going under filters, and then just going through all the filters and picking some really neat ones. Now for actual filming my doll, I'm behind the iPad so I can see exactly what I'm filming. And for filming, I try not to keep my hand in the video at any of the time when my doll's in it, so it can make it look like they're moving on their own. And every time I end up taking a lot of videos, and every time I change them to a different pose, then I take a new video. Like I'm in this pose, then I would stop the video, put them into a new pose, and then begin filming again. Now this is I like using iMovie for editing my doll videos, and right now I'm just under a screen recording. And then you just take all your videos, put them together, and then you just kind of edit with them. And I like turning down the volume on all of my videos, and then I do a voice recording after. And I like this better so then the voices don't sound different and different pitches and stuff. So I like it this way. And then you can also just split it and edit it. Again, I'm not going to show you all the details because if you press this little question mark up in the corner, it already gives you a whole bunch of information, and there's other videos you can watch for that. but this is the app I do use and I find it's perfect. And then I take a recording and I just go all through the video, starting from the beginning after my intro. Of course, as you can see, I didn't go through my whole video, but usually I would. And every time I'm done a step, like the putting all the movies together and then doing the voice recording, I always like to save it under the best quality, just because sometimes I get glitches where it wrecks my whole thing, especially under iMovie. So I always like saving it every once in a while under HD quality. And then it just loads and then goes to my photo library. And then I just make a new video, putting that video I just saved into it and then continuing wherever I left off with my editing. And then for my music, I add in the end, and I use GarageBand, and it works perfect for making your own music, and you can just use like the little loops they have up in the corner and then put them into your song and then just record it and put them into your video. And I always like turning down the volume a little bit for the song because sometimes it's a little too loud. And for the parts where I'm not talking, that's where I like to turn up the volume. And usually it would have little like line marks at the bottom, like as you can see over here by my intro, if you can see that, to show where the volume is and where it's not. In my actual recording, voice recording, I didn't actually do any talking because this is just an example, but usually you'd be able to see where you didn't talk, and then in those parts I like turning up the volume. Hopefully this makes sense. And then you just go through and do for the rest of your video. And then you would save it again, and that is how I make my videos. For my thumbnails, I like using an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil to make my thumbnails. And I use the app Procreate under the iPad Pro. And then I just edit it, and I put a photo that I took, and I put it under a thumbnail size under the Procreate app. And then I just I make a new layer, and then I just start to roughly sketch out what I want the thumbnail to look like, and then I do a better quality after. Then I add some color. And this is just a really simple way to make a thumbnail, especially if you already have an Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro. It is a great way to do it. And then you are all ready to upload your video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this helped you out, and hopefully everything made sense. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!